As this tournament rolled along, it separated the teams till we got down to the Final Four. But the beauty of it was every team that was eliminated had just as good of a chance to win this thing as the next. It's a testament to the skill level of this league, that the competition has gotten so fierce that anyone can win any game on any given evening. The expansion of the NPHL hasn't watered down the talent. It's actually forced teams to get better in a very short period of time, and the teams have risen to the challenge. 8 teams were invited to this tournament, and all of them have made their communities proud to wear their jerseys and cheer them on every time they step on the ice. It's a testament to how passionate everyone who becomes a part of this becomes. From ownership to fans to players and volunteers. We all want this league to succeed, and the only way that happens is if the product stays the way it is. Second to none and first in our eyes. The league has expanded, and it's getting better with every team. Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the semifinal matchup between the Smith Falls Rideaus and the Orangeville Blitz. Another incredible matchup, and I have to tell you, folks, I don't believe that it could have been scripted any better. We just watched the Alvinston Killer Bees knock off the North Dundas Rockets, and now the Orangeville Blitz look to take on the Smith Falls Rideaus, the host team for this incredible Outlaw tournament. We're looking for one more team to make it to the finals, and who will it be? Orangeville has been unbelievable in this tournament. The only loss came to the Smith Falls Rideaus. They got down early, and they had to come back. 6-2 was the deficit in the third, and they were able to make it a game, out shooting Rideaus 24-4 in that third period. Can they get up early in this one, or at least keep it even, and have an opportunity to just play hockey throughout this game instead of always trying to come back? Can the Rideaus keep their dominance going throughout these tournament rounds and make their mark into the finals? It's been quite an epic battle. Their leading scorers for the Rideaus, Tate Leeson, of course, the leading scorer, 6 goals and 5 assists. Jack Nevins, 2 goals and 6 assists. Brock Costello, he had himself a tournament so far. He's had 1 goal and 5 assists. Theo Todd, 2 goals and 3 assists. Spencer Cobbled, 2 goals and an assist, and a goal and an assist for Andrew Sprague. Your goalie record will be Dallas Slack tonight. He's 3-0 in this tournament, with wins over Orangeville, as I said, and then a win in a 6-2 fashion over the Tilbury Bluebirds, and then a 7-2 win over the Durham Hawks. 3 goals against average and a .924 save percentage throughout this tournament. Absolutely stunning. And he's another goalie, like we saw in the last game, loves to play the puck and does it in fantastic fashion. For your Orangeville Blitz, Alex Gilmore leading the charge with 4 goals and 5 assists. Nikolai Salov with 2 goals and 7 assists throughout this tournament. Kyle Heffernan, 4 goals and 3 assists. Tyler Randall, the captain, he's been spectacular. He's 2 goals and 1 assist, but I'm telling you right now, the word but in between there, that's nonsense. 3 points is great. He's doing an incredible job leading the charge, and every time he's out on the ice, his guys grow an extra 3 inches in height. Brendan Anderson rounding it out with 4 goals and 2 assists. They know how to score. They love to score. And in this tournament, the only game that saw them score less than 8 goals was the 6-5 loss to the Smith Falls Rideaus, and that was only on the backs of an incredible performance by Dallas Slack. They beat the North Dundas Rockets 9-4, which was, for me, their coming out party of saying, we are here and we are not going home without a victory. The Manotick Mariners dropped an 8-7 decision after being up 6-0 on these Orangeville Blitz. 6-0. And Manotick was the Capital Branch champions. And they knocked them off in dramatic fashion. What a comeback that was, folks. You know they'll never, ever say die. And that is absolute proof of it. It's going to be an incredible battle, and they are backstopped by Ryan Mantle, who's unbeaten. He's 2-0, 533 goals against average, and a .900 save percentage in this tournament, and a .905 save percentage in the regular season. And he's been absolutely stellar for the Orangeville Blitz up to this point. Now again, folks, it's not always about the points and the wins and the losses. It is about these small towns. The Smith Falls Rideaus, located in Lanark County along the beautiful Rideau Canal, is where the Smith Falls Rideaus call home. A beautiful little town, incorporated first as a village in 1856 and then as a town in 1882, named after Thomas Smith, an Irish-born United Empire Loyalist. In the 1850s, the major railway companies were looking to build main trunk lines through Kingston, Toronto, and Montreal. For a number of geographical reasons and also the proximity to the Rideau Canal, the Smith Falls became the landing spot for the two major railways, Canadian Pacific and Grand Trunk Railways. 176 years later, a company needed to link 8 major hockey clubs to put together an incredible display of hockey. 15 games spread out over 9 days, and the location they chose was Smith Falls, Ontario, which was no surprise. Coupled with their beautiful area, friendly community, their love for their Rideaus, and this incredible hockey area known as Smith Falls, it was a perfect spot to have the first annual Outlaw tournament. The Rideaus are a proud hockey club, and it's been thriving every season, which has grown their fan base tenfold. Filling this arena night in and night out, especially in the playoffs, putting a product on the ice that scores at an 8-goal per game clip and allows 2.5 goals against on average, will do that to a community. They have rallied behind this team, and it's shown in how they perform. They just fell short this season to win the championship, but their momentum is without question, and they have every chance to win this highly anticipated tournament. The great thing is, if they win the championship, it won't be a long trip to the trophy case. And for these Orangeville Blitz, they have showcased so much in this tournament, folks. They are named after Orange Lawrence, a businessman born in Connecticut in 1796, who owned several mills in the village. He moved to Halton Hills during the Mackenzie Rebellion in 1837. The small town has grown in leaps and bounds through community support, and over the years, even though the landscape has changed, the beauty that surrounds this great land has only improved. They preserved their history, and the proof was them restoring the Orangeville Opera House in 1993, the home base for Orangeville Theatre, hosting plays and concerts throughout the year. They also host the annual Orangeville Blues and Film Festival every June. Their love for the arts is also shown by their annual Dufferin Film Festival, showcasing Canadian short films, parties, networking, and workshops, and an industry speaker event. But that's not where the list ends. They have an extensive sports history, home to the Orangeville Flyers, who called the Ontario Junior Hockey League home, playing at the Alder Street Recreational Facility until their relocation to Brampton in 2018. They also had a team in the National Basketball League of Canada called the Orangeville A's. The Athlete Institute Academy is home to Orangeville Prep, which has produced two top 10 NBA draft picks and 3 NBA champions. The history runs deep in Orangeville, and continuing their tradition of putting everything into their community continues with these Orangeville Blitz, who have now become a part of the best hockey league in Ontario and Quebec, the Northern Premier Hockey League. Their first season was a great one. Their goal to win the Outlaw tournament is well within their grasp, and everyone back in Dufferin County will be rooting for the orange and blue. All right, folks, this is going to be a dandy. James and I were fortunate enough to call every single game in this tournament, and it has been a thrill and a pleasure of mine and my son's to be the voice for the Northern Premier Hockey League and to bring you all the action into your living room. It's a dream of mine, and I mean, it's made even better with my son alongside me. So we really greatly appreciate you joining us along the ride and enjoying this incredible hockey as we do it together once more before the finals. One team moves on, one team just reaching the top and missing by one branch. Which one will move on? The Capital branch or the Metro branch? And if it's Alvinston versus Orangeville, the Capital will be the branch to miss out. It's going to be a great game, coupled with some incredible talent on the ice. Matthew Dunlop, number 10, I'm a big fan of his as well for the Orangeville Blitz. Daniel Perry has shown some incredible strides in this tournament. Oliveira, number 21 for Orangeville, he's been spectacular. Jason Smith, number 23, I brought him up in the second game. He really is a big body, but he has great speed, and he puts on a great show for the blue and the orange. Nikolai Salov has, of course, been on the score sheet and done an incredible job putting the puck in the back of the net, but he does a lot of little things right as well. For the Smith Falls Rideaus, I did mention Tyler Randall, didn't I? At any rate, Tyler Randall, their captain, he's phenomenal. I can't rightly remember if I mentioned him earlier, but I just want to make sure of it. He's a really tough guy, and he stands up for his mates every step of the way, and he will look to do that again here tonight. For Smith Falls, Andrew Sprague, he has only played in a couple of games, but he was a spark plug for the Rideaus. Kyle Dowdall and Theo Todd have been fantastic for Smith Falls. Spencer Cobble reminds me that him and Tate Leeson, as Tate Leeson is one of the best goal scorers in the league, they play a lot alike. To have those two on the same team is pretty wild. 48 Eric Witzel as well. Reed Russett. They have a group that can win championships and string them together. They just have not reached their pinnacle yet. But that doesn't mean that they can't, and it doesn't mean that they won't. And the Outlaw tournament would be a great start to that. They build off confidence, and they build off success, and that is always the makings of a great champion. So they wind this down, folks. We start to realize we only have 120 minutes of hockey remaining, and throughout these 13 games, not one has went to overtime. Isn't that wild? Not one. Very close, tight-knit games, but not one hitting the extra frame.
I kind of expected last game to go into overtime.
So did I. I thought North Dundas was going to score one to tie it up, and if Alvinston won it in overtime, what have you. But I really thought that they were going to tie that game up and get within at least one before the final buzzer sounded. That's not what we had. What we have now is the Alvinston Killer Bees. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The Alvinston Killer Bees punched their ticket, and they will move on to the finals, knocking off those North Dundas Rockets. 5:30 to go. It's going to be a great crowd, James. They're still filing in the door over there, eh? It's going to be a great crowd. On the other side, it looks empty, but on this side over here, they've got a great crowd already. So, should be a wonderful atmosphere as the Outlaw tournament winds down. Unfortunately, the final game of the semifinals. Two very deserving opponents for this one. The season for Orangeville actually started off incredible. They were 6-0 to start the year, then 8-1 over their first 9 games. Unfortunately, they went on an 0-5 streak immediately after that, but as I say, like any great teams, they responded, and with their back up against adversity, they went on a 4-0 run after that. Their playoffs was incredible, 12-1, 9-4, and 5-3 wins over Woodstock, and the Lakers were able to pull off a 3-1 win before the Blitz ended that series on home ice. They had a great season until they met up against the Alvinston Killer Bees, who beat them in that series, and they will have a definite reason to make it to the finals and avenge themselves against those same Killer Bees. For Smith Falls, they are a powerhouse club, and this season was no different. They scored between 10 and 13 goals in a single game 8 times this season. They scored between 7 to 9 goals 6 times. And if that doesn't grab your attention as their opposition, then nothing will. But how about this? They scored 164 goals throughout the regular season, which led the entire league. It's an average of 8.2 goals per game, and only allowed 2.85 goals a game. They don't just play a fire wagon brand of hockey. They look to outsmart their opponents and grind them into the ice with a defensive squad made up of guys like Nathan Slack, Ben Beasley, Brett Costello, Ben Beasley, and Nick Gillon, who I don't actually think is in the lineup. But with Dallas Slack, he's one of the best puck-playing goalies in the league. He is basically a third defenseman, and they're one of the favorites to win the Sentinel Cup, but we're stonewalled by those Tweed Oil Kings in the conference finals. All right, folks, let's get set up for this semifinal matchup between the Orangeville Blitz and the Smith Falls Rideaus. We thank you for tuning in, folks. We'll be back right after we clear the ice, and we will have some highlight packages and much, much more. Thank you for tuning in, folks. We'll be right back here watching the Northern Premier Hockey League Outlaw Tournament between the Alvinston Killer Bees and the Smith Falls Rideaus on NPHL Central, streaming on Sportfeed.
Slack throws that in back to the wall. Nice quick pass up the middle. Todd takes that up over the blue line. Dishes it, receives it back, goes top corner. What a beautiful goal. That give and go, that's the one the kids at home are going to want to watch. Save as they throw it at net. Another pad save, and another save off the chest off the rebound. It's a quick exit out. Rideaus have 3-on-3. They come up over. Todd gets a chance right out front. It's a beautiful tip by Colmo right out front, and he scores that. Nice connecting play. Goes through the 5-hole, goes to the far corner. He gets hip checked into the wall. Beeson's there. He gets it. He's coming right to the top of the circle. He's right inside. He fires it to the outside. Todd was right there. Nevin's right on the inside post and almost connected with that one. Rideaus get it again. They come right inside. Todd right to the middle of the ice, and it's picked up. No problem by Leeson. Backhand right into the open cage. Goalie was doing everything he could to hold his ground, and just too much puck coming
Sticked away easily by Kirk. Here's Mookie. Sidestep a check. Now they'll send it up. Here's Whitten. Whitten chips it through to Randall. Oh, here's Tyler Randall. Walks in, takes the shot. He scores! Tyler Randall, the captain, on a quick transition play, cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. A beautiful chip pass from Andy Whitten, and Randall puts it in the back of the net. Beating Randall. Lights of Randall, who chips it through. It's kicked at, and here's De Oliveira. De Oliveira gains the line. He'll swing wide. De Oliveira in front, hoping for it. It's loose. They score! Smith! The puck pops free, and Jason Smith made no mistake on the doorstep. And the Blitz tie it up 2 goals apiece.
Rideaus win it, but the Sabres cycle in the middle, somehow come out with it, hold the puck in, back on the Rideaus stick again. They pick that up, skate out. Nice play by Salter to come up through the middle of the ice. And it bang, play to day, and rips that home. That he picks the up, goals right on top of the surface. Up again. Evans, he's got it. He's got options. Quick one into Leeson, and it's right out front. Just like that, Rideaus take a 5-2 lead, and we're going to get snaps in half. Kenny has to skate off and get into twig. Pass up through the middle. Leeson comes through, goes high corner. Bang. 6-2 game. There was 2:02 left on them.
Off the draw, it's tied up in feet, goes to the wall. Tyler Randall controls their setup. Moves in the middle, Whitten takes the shot. Knocked down beside the net. Smith the shot, he scores! Jason Smith! 3 in a row, and the Blitz take the lead. Basically the big line. Two former AHLers. Back to 5 aside. It's hoisted up, knocked down that time by Girth. Girth spins it to the open side. It's kept in nicely by Ben Thompson. Thompson cuts in, lays it for Randall. Randall, the quick shot, he scores! Tyler Randall! A beautiful play set up from Ben Thompson.
Right back forward to the right. They couldn't unload another shot. Easily pass it across the ground. To the corner. Leeson has it. Back out front. Goalie swings through. I believe it might have been Day. He popped that in. It's a delayed corner call on the goal, but it is now a 7-2 game for the Rideaus.
Off the draw, Blitz control. Curry lays it up there, Southern. In the middle, he's got Smith. Smith busts right through, drops it back, Southern. The shot, he scores! Keenan Southern! And the Blitz take the lead with just 4:44 to go on the clock. A huge goal from Keenan Southern.
The team representing the tournament using their home arena, the other representing the Metro, and both have done a great job at both. Smith Falls has shown they have a passionate fan base and is run by a group of people whose first priority is bringing their fans the best experience possible. Orangeville has displayed a brand of hockey that's unrelenting. They were down early to two powerhouse teams from the capital and came back to either make a game of it or made a miraculous comeback, being down by 6 goals. Both of these clubs have a lot on the line, showing pride so their fans will have something to cheer about, showing heart so their brothers alongside them will believe they will do anything to win, and heart to show management they deserve to wear their honored jerseys. We are fans watching. We have a lot to focus on too. Do we have enough snacks to get us through this tension-filled game? Because we all know we all become stress eaters when our favorite teams take to the ice. The NPHL semifinals. Orangeville, Smith Falls on NPHL Central. Enjoy in moderation. Hello everyone, I'm Billy Bowl. I'll be doing your play-by-play alongside my trusted colleague and son, James Bowl, who will be doing all the technical aspects you will see this evening between this epic showdown between the Orangeville Blitz and the Smith Falls Rideaus. Enjoy. Another beautiful rendition of our O Canada, sung by a lot up here in the stands. Your goaltending matchup tonight, we'll see Ryan Mantle, 9-2-0 in the regular season and a 401 goals against average with a 905 save percentage and a shutout. Take on Dallas Slack, who's 11-0, 243 goals against, 926 save percentage and a shutout regular season was spectacular. Mantle's unbeaten. Dallas Slack is unbeaten as well, posting a 924 save percentage and a 3 goals against average in his 3 outings in this Outlaw tournament. It's going to be a very spirited affair in front of a really good crowd right on this side of the ice. Doesn't look all that great on the other side, but it's a great crowd on this side of the ice. And a lot of Smith Falls Rideaus. I can imagine there's a bunch of Orangeville Blitz, but I tell you, it's a long drive for these guys. And if you have one fan here, that just shows the dedication from your fan base. First drop of the puck. Witzel will win it from Gilmore. The pass back, and Smith Falls controlled until that giveaway. Gilmore across the line. Tried to get the shot off, and he fanned on it. The half wall here, slapped towards the net, and Slack will take it through center. Flipping it into the corner. Chasing after that, returning that puck to the Orangeville Blitz tape, and they're out and on the attack. The pass over, looking to the slot. Chip, what a save by Dallas Slack on that one, and it's going to be blown dead and brought down on a high stick. Just outside the zone, right in front of the Rideaus bench. Draw one. And this crowd, I'll tell you folks, is ready to erupt. They were incredibly rambunctious as I took my little pregame break along the wall there and moved out through center for the Rideaus. Nice move to get around him, and he's in. Perry knifes that over to the slot, and it rolled on him, and Pekka couldn't ignite that shot. Little collision coming inside the zone. Montgomery and Leeson take a tumble. Moving the puck back inside the zone. Theo Todd hit against the wall, throwing it into the slot area. A bouncing puck, and Montgomery had Leeson all tied up. He is the guy they're going to be watching in this game. Nevins from behind the net, walking out in front. A great save by Mantle right off the bat. It's chipped to the blue line, but kept in. Pass over. And a hooking penalty coming to Townend. And the Orangeville Blitz will go to the power play early. That's a good penalty because he could have been off to the races. As I said many times, there are good penalties and bad penalties, and that was a good one. Face off, Devin Cobble. He will face off against Nikolai Salov. Looking back to the point here for Ben Thompson, but the Rideaus will control. He gets to Thompson anyways. He'll send it along the half wall. Back by Heffernan, throwing it into the slot, right to the dot, and he just put it up over the net. Thompson on that hot play there, he couldn't control it. Comes back, and Mantle flipping that pass out to the neutral zone. They'll drill it right back in, and it'll be controlled by Thompson. Drop pass, Heffernan with speed and size gains that blue line. A nice move, getting in behind the net, looking into the slot. That was an errant pass as it was picked off, and Cobbled will send it the length of the ice. 45 seconds gone in the power play. Orangeville looking to set up inside the zone if they can, but the Rideaus are making it difficult. They get to the blue line, turning back, pass over to this near wall, looking into the slot, and he scored! What a pass on the goal mouth, and Heffernan gets the Blitz off to a one-goal lead. What a play, getting inside the zone and making a tap in for 97, Heffernan. He's already had 4. That's his 5th goal of the tournament. What a pass, and that has silenced this crowd. Maridola at the draw versus Reed Russet. It's won by the Blitz. They'll chip it in the zone, and Dallas Slack will knock it down. And the Rideaus are out. Pass over to Dowdall. He'll throw that. Mantle will steer it up into the mesh and out of play. What a fast start to this one. Took the Blitz half a game to get going in their previous meeting, and I think they learned their lesson. get off to a fast and furious start, better things will happen. Todd at the draw. He will face off against Maridola. Maridola shot through, stopped by Mantle. Nevins has got a laser of a shot, and Mantle saw it all the way. Theo Todd at the face-off. He'll line up against that number 23, Jason Smith. Draw one cleanly back to Captain Costello. Just out of the reach of Russet. Around to the far side to Montgomery. He'll touch that pass. Cyril will send that ahead on a rope to Pekka. Pekka drop pass there to Smith. He'll get it down low into the slot. Goes back to the blue line. And it will evade everybody. Dunlop back pedals into the Blitz zone. Turning around with Cyril's. He's been really good for the Orangeville Blitz. A very calm presence on the ice. Hits Dunlop in stride. Dunlop fires it short side and wide. The rebound is there, but he couldn't get the bouncing puck. That's in the corner. Swatting at it was Cyril's, and Rideaus let an errant pass get to the neutral zone, and the Orangeville Blitz will pick it up. Cyril's again, no panic, sends it open to a wide open side of the ice, and it's flipped in on Dallas Slack. Ring it around the boards to Dag. Dag almost picked off. It was Gilmore. Oh boy, trying to hit Anderson as he went to the front of the net. They have big boys here for Orangeville, and going to the net will be key. Take the eyes away from Dallas Slack. Turned over Anderson across the blue line. Anderson looking, shooting, and scoring. And the Blitz are on the board once again. He's got a great shot, and that's his 5th goal of the tournament. What a wrister. Beats Dallas Slack low to the glove. And they're off to a quick 2-0 lead. We've only played 4 minutes and 21 seconds of this first period. Face off one. And Orangeville can't control that bouncing puck there. Looking in front of the net. Goes back to the point. Townend shot towards the net. Mantle has Tate Leeson draped all over him. Pekka, he left the zone a little early. Craig will walk in into the corner now. Looking into the slot. Walking out, shot, and Mantle solid. Makes a nice save there and will hold on for the rebound. Tate Leeson mucking it up in front of the net there. With Quayle. They're still talking about it. Oh, Smith is not happy, or Montgomery is not happy with Leeson there as they were jawing all the way to the bench. To the left of Mantle. Heffernan. They will win the draw and speed out through center. Saloff throws it off the boards. Hit the official, which actually helped the Blitz out here. Looking through the point. Yes, sir. Good connection. Shot through. He'll miss the net. It'll come back to Townend, and he'll play it off the glass. Hits a stanchion. Goes out to center ice, and he can't get on it. Spencer cobbled in, shot, and a very nice save by Mantle on a tough shot from a guy who has a great wrister. Sloan to Spencer, cobbled. Again to Devin, cobbled. He'll send it, hitting the referee. That almost tricked Mantle, and he'll get back in front of the puck that is going towards the yawning cage. Heffernan. Laser pass, but just out of the reach there of Ben Thompson, and it will go for an icing. Face off to the right of Ryan Mantle. Made some great saves early on in this one. Very positionally sound. Chips that in behind the net. Salter took a run at the Orangeville Blitz defenseman. Heffernan drills that on goal. Steers it aside by Dallas Slack. Dowdall throws it around the wall. Pass over. Dowdall across the line. Snap shot. Put it up off the glass. It comes back. The Salter throws it around the boards. Picked off by Reed Russet in the corner. Trying to send it back to the point. That's knocked away. Looking to the point now. Shot through, and Mantle out at the top of the blue paint will make a nice save on that one. Wholesale change for the Rideaus. They send out Slack, Witzel, Brown. Brown is all right. Brett Costello and Dag. Slack will take the draw. He will win it back to Costello. Sends it through a screen, and Mantle there to make another save. Right at the top of the blue paint, folks. That's where you want to sit as a goaltender. You want to get out and cut the angle down. And if you're a big goalie, it's really beneficial. But if you're a smaller goalie like Paul Adori or Alex Lepazera, myself, as far out as you can get, the better. Waved out of the draw was Gilmore. Searles put into that job and did a good job. But Smith Falls got a shot that went wide of the net. Digging it along the wall, trying to get it out of the zone. Rideaus trying to dig it loose to keep control, and they do. Walking into the slot, the shot hit the back of Witzel's foot. Witzel in the corner. Chip pass. The Rideaus are really rolling here, but Anderson looking to counterpunch. Anderson, Quayle was all tied up by Dag with the slot area. Chipped along the wall here, and the Rideaus will send Slack away, and they'll dump it into the zone. They need a line change. Long pass. Nice touch pass over by Anderson. Gilmore trying to drop it back to Anderson. To the point now. Dunlop the shot through. Dallas Slack stops that neatly and will not allow a rebound. I have not seen Tyler Randall on the ice yet. Maybe I'm just not paying attention, but I don't see him on the bench either. It's backhanded around the net. Cobbled, the Devon variety, to Craig. Gets to the red line, and he dumps that in behind the net. Dunlop takes the hit and makes the play. Nice pass over, that was deflected, and it'll squirt out through center ice and dump back in by Craig. Off the boards, through center, picked off, chipped over the head of Smith. Sloan sends it out to center. Smith, nice play there to get around him. And Thompson will send it over. Walking in is Smith. The shot deflected wide. Sloan, headman pass to Spencer Cobbled. He'll get to the blue line, trying to get through three Orangeville Blitz and hold on to it as long as he can, as his guys were making a line change. Bouncing puck to Dallas Slack there, and showing his baseball abilities. Justin used to say, actually, Dallas Slack reminded him of a shortstop. Face off at center ice. Heffernan with Thompson to his left. Salov to his right, and he will pick this up. Sends it in behind the net. Dallas Slack will leave it. And it will move out to center ice. Across the line and in deep. Heffernan. That pass up connects. And they send it off the boards, and an opportunity here for the Rideaus to turn it back up ice quickly, but Orangeville shuts it down, not completely. Nevin in. Toe drag shot, stopped by Mantle. Had some questions actually in my messenger page. Robbie, I hope you're listening. If not, I'll message you right after the period, but no, I do not see Tyler out there. I don't know why Randall is not in the lineup. He I mean, the guys work and whatnot, but I'm not going to speculate. But Tyler Randall, number 11, the captain for the Orangeville Blitz, is not in the roster for them tonight. So the orange and blue without their captain. And, I mean, with names like Gilmore and Dunlop, I can guarantee you they have a lot of captains and leaders on that bench with classic names like that, folks. But at the moment, no, I do not see the captain for the blue and orange out on the bench. The shot from the point, steered aside. A good shot by Graham Brown. Hitting him against the wall in the corner. Sent over, and they're out. Thompson sending that over, and that is picked off neatly. Sent up to Nevins. Nevins rings it around the wall. It'll come around to the point. Captain Costello will send it off the glass. It'll drop right down for the Rideaus. Tate Leeson in the corner. Sends it back to Nevins, but the flip pass was too much for him, and Costello will take it at center. Trying to get across the blue line. It's Nevins' foot. Coming back the other way with good speed is Dion James. The pass over into the feet of Ben Thompson, and that will kill that play. Thompson slips and falls, and the Rideaus will jump on that immediately. Back to the point. He's knocked down. And they're wondering why there wasn't a trip on that one. Sent in behind the net. That's passed up to Slack. Slack over to Dagg. Dagg over. Witzel back over into the corner for Dagg, trying to send it all the way back to Craig at the point, but they will get it to Town End. Shot it wide of the net. Craig back down into the corner. Witzel behind the net, fending off. James throwing it to the dot, bounces to the point. It's kept in. Town End backhands it towards the net. It's knocked down. And a penalty coming to Dagg for high stick, I think. Again, I didn't see it. Why? I'm sitting where I am. The camera is actually right in my way. I don't know what I was thinking. I've never done that before. I didn't see it. And power play for Orangeville as we just crossed the halfway point of the first period. Been a good back and forth hockey game. I knew it was going to be a spirited affair. And Orangeville has come out to a good early 2-0 lead. They look to increase it to 3 and put Smith Falls in the situation that they were in the last time these two teams faced each other. But it was 5-1 and 6-2. The Rideaus led the Blitz in their first meeting. Dunlop over to the dot. The rifled shot. The puck started to roll on him. Then went up and over the net. That passed through. This time Spencer Cobble got his leg in front of that one. And it'll go all the way back down to Ryan Mantle. Dunlop. Out of his own zone. He's got some boys behind him. And Gilmore to the left is Searles. They get to the blue line and get it in. That chip pass over is turned away by Cobbled. And Dunlop will have to retreat. 40 seconds gone in the power play. Across the blue line. Anderson in. It's a big dude, so he's hard to take off the puck. Dunlop slot. Great save by Dallas Slack. Anderson back to the point and out of the reach for Searles. Searles passes it to Gilmore. Gilmore tries to get that in. The fancy little slip pass, but the Rideaus were too good on that one. Gilmore over to Pekka. Pekka rifles that down low. The Rideaus get there first. Throw it off the wall, and it gets all the way out to center ice. Turning back. Gilmore or Dunlop in his own zone. Gilmore is making a line change. They get to the blue line, send it on goal. Dallas Slack will make the blocker save on that one, and they'll kill it another few seconds as there's only 20 to go in the power play. They stay on side. Anderson retreats back into his own zone with 10 on the clock. Salov gets it in deep. The drop pass to Smith. Smith tries to get around the man. He throws it back to the point. Quayle pass over just out of the reach, but he'll try and shoot it anyways. It pops the water bottle, but from behind the net. Salter, the flip pass through center, and a 2-on-1 break. Outlaw in, shoots and scores! This place goes crazy! What a shot by number 11. And Outlaw brings this crowd back to life. Beat him 5-hole. And Mantle will want that one back as the clock continues to run. I mean, that was a good 15 seconds off the clock. Draws one back. Sent over. And now the Orangeville Blitz will send it out through center. Smith tried to rifle it around the wall, and it'll go right to Dallas Slack. And he'll hold on for the faceoff. Face off to the left of Dallas Slack. Against Theo Todd. Smith will line up. Kicking them both out. Todd and Smith couldn't get it together, and we will have new combatants at the dot. Craig from in behind the net races out, sends it rink wide, and it's picked off. Smith to Pekka to Smith. They're in. Offside. The pass over. Ripped it in behind the net, and they'll go in after it. Can't get there. Montgomery. Tate Leeson to Theo Todd. Todd puts it on goal. Had Mantle leaning. Townend goes into the corner, looking into the slot. The backhand pass hits Todd. Todd looking over. Deflected puck bounces into the corner as Townend was looking for the 1-T. Nevins in behind the net, being all harassed by Quayle. Now he can't get his stick back as Nevins made a good play there to get it away. The shot blocked in front. Pekka was going to drill it down the ice, but Maridola was there waiting. Craig in his own zone. 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first period. Jack Nevins to center. He's hit along the wall, and the Blitz will take it to center, and Eric Witzel will strip him of that puck. Good play there to try and get it in deep now as Graham Rooney races after it. Graham Rooney sends it down low. He got into a fight in the first game, I'm pretty sure, the round robin against a guy that was about 4 inches and 40 pounds bigger than him, and he held his own. Perry in the corner. Perry digging against Slack. In there to help is Maridola. And the Blitz will get it, but it's turned over quickly. Costello at the point. Sends that back over and shot through by Graham Brown. It's in between the legs of Mantle, and it comes out the other side. Slack to the point, and it will leave the zone. Off the boards, Graham Brown with a good hit there on Rooney. That is going to be a 2-minute liner. It's going to take a little adjusting as number 9, Graham Brown, for the Smith Falls Rideaus is now wearing a full cage. And that's not like him, but he is number 9. Terrific hockey player for the Rideaus. The powerhouse with a booming shot. And can they use it here on the power play? You know that Costello will be trying to set him up. He is the leader of the pack. 4:35 to go here in the first. To the left of Mantle. That's one to Costello, and how he handled that, I have no idea. Leeson on the half wall to the corner. Now to Nevins. Back to Leeson. Looking to the point, but nothing is opening up. Mantle cannot see this, but he somehow makes a nice save off the glass. And it's out. And Searles is off to the races. He's got to beat Brown. He will. Nice pass. And the chip there by Heffernan could not get it to go. Quayle to Gilmore. Gilmore behind the net. Rips it around the wall. It'll come all the way to Anderson. He'll just relay that to Quayle. Quayle will fake the pass as Leeson would have picked that off. It's sent in. Gilmore chasing after it, and Costello will get there first. Costello sends that over to Theo Todd. It's across the line and in. Drop pass. Good defensive play there to get back for Gilmore. And the pass over to the half wall. The Rideaus trying to get it set up, but the Blitz sticks and speed are really mucking it up for Smith Falls. They've made about 3 or 4 of those nice plays right there. That goes back to Craig. Down low, into the slot. Stopped by Mantle. Another great save by Ryan Mantle. And he keeps the puck out. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. Chips it into the corner. Dallas Slack out to play it. Slack will wait out the forecheck by Daniel Perry. They come to center. Dowdall drops that back. That's in offside. And that is an offside. Come out over the zone. And I tell you, Mantle really should have been careful on that one, because you never know. The ref could have missed it and not called the offside. That was really scary for if you're an Orangeville Blitz fan. Witzel wins that puck. Jaden Pekka will move it back with 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Getting it into the neutral zone and getting it in deep is exactly what they wanted to do. Townend coming out of his own end of the ice. Townend will throw that in just wide of Mantle's glove. Spencer Cobbold will throw it around to the near wall. Nice play by Dowdall to get in behind the Orangeville defense to the point. Townend will throw that wide of the net off the boards. They know the boards here in Smith Falls, and that was a deliberate play as that bounced almost right in front of Mantle. Pass over to Thompson. Across the line. Sent over. Salov tried to go top shelf. They'll go up and into the mesh and out of play. .156 to go here. The first period. A 2-1 Orangeville lead. Will we have 2 from the Metro in the finals of the first ever Outlaw tournament? Or will we have the representative, the Smith Falls Rideaus, get their ticket punched to the finals tomorrow? Chipped along the boards. Heffernan in the corner. Russet tried to move it. It will get to Devin Cobbold, and he'll flip it out to center, and Boisclair streaks in. Look at that pass. What a great save by Mantle on a beautiful sauce pass by Brock Boisclair to Reed Russet. Backhand pass through center. Heffernan. It's been a while since the Orangeville Blitz have been able to get set up because of that penalty. And some great playing by the Rideaus. Sends it towards the net, knocked down in front. Dallas Slack will get it off the backboards and hold on for the faceoff.
I can't remember what highlights you have. Sorry. Smith Falls, Tilbury, and Blitzen versus the Rockets.
Face-off is not a fair one.
We'll do the Smith Falls one in the first period versus
Tilbury. Searles wins that back. The shot. They actually set up as well, like the Alvinston Killer Bees. Maybe it's a Metro thing. Hopefully the Capital will catch on to it, because it is really fun to watch. Anderson at the top of the circle here, waiting for the straw to come straight back to him. They set up 3 along the blue line. Behind the net is Graham Brown, off the glass to Slack. Slack will pick it up, and we're just past the minute mark of the first period. Sends it in deep to the zone. Faked that shot around the wall, but he was getting hit anyways. And it moves out to the slot. Slack back to the point. Graham Brown can't handle it cleanly. He'll shoot it towards the net. He scores! The redirect in front, and it finds the back of the net. They tied it at 2. Oh, put it on net. You never know. Anything can happen, and when you have people in front of the net, it increases your chances tenfold for something like that to happen. And the Rideaus have made it a 2-2 tie just before the end of the first period. Todd versus Marandola. Todd will win it, and Jack Nevins will get to the blue line and send it in deep. Dunlop around the boards. James chips it to the blue line, and it'll get to Graham Brown, and he will send that back into the zone. Mantle. That's chipped away. 20 seconds remaining in the period. Nevins from his knees. That's picked off by Dunlop. He'll flip that down the ice. Will it go all the way? It will. We'll have a face-off inside the Orangeville zone with 9.7 remaining in the period. Don't think any penalties are coming from this, but behind the play there is a penalty. 2 penalties, one to Tate Leeson and the other one to Daniel Perry. This right here is what we didn't see in the other game, is that they are calling the penalties on because this is picked up quickly, the intensity and the in between the whistles, so they are starting to take them early, and then you'll start to see them take one instead of coincidental minors to try and get them to not get nuts after the whistle. Face off 1. That's back. Searles over to Anderson. They've got to be quick. In front to Searles. He's got a chance. Great save by Dallas Slack, and that will end the first period. What a save to end it, and what a 20 minutes we had. The intensity was there from the first drop of the puck, and it never stopped until the final buzzer sounded. So 2-2 tie between Orangeville and the Smith Falls Rideaus. You're watching the Northern Premier Hockey League Outlaw Tournament on NPHL Central, streaming on Sporfy. We'll be back right after this. To regroup. King sends it down low. Benum in the corner, the captain in front of the net. Tried to rifle that one, and it just come off the blade of his stick. Not the way he wanted. Coming in on the left side, into the slot, chance shot, and a great save. The rebound, and he scored. Smith Falls gets out to a 1-0 lead. Spencer Cobbled will gain the blue line, send that over, rink wide, back in behind the net, throws it in front of the net. What a play, but what a great save by Polidori. Blue line sends that over to the top of the circle to Tate Leeson. Leeson throws it back behind the net to Jack Nevins. He is all alone. Walked out. How does Polidori come up with that one? Unbelievable. Trying to walk out with it. That comes in the slot. Another chance. Toe drag. A great save by Polidori. He has been incredible early on in this one. Main zone of the Rideaus in behind the net. Trying to look to the point. Pass back. Chance for Cobble. Score! He ripped it and found the twine. Freeze like that. So the ice doesn't settle properly. Across the line. Scores! 10 seconds in. Tilbury on the end to freeze ice. Denham puts it home, and they come within one. Spencer Cobble sends that over. Tate Leeson shot, and he scored. Sent over. Tilbury will look to gain the zone, and they do. Drops it back. That quick pass. Nice move around him. He's in, and he waited just a little bit too long. Had a great opportunity there, Spencer Cobble. Coming up the ice, tries the toe drag, and a how's she going? That's dropped back to Costello. Knocked off his stick, sent up to Denham. And he's away on a breakaway. Scored! Denham ripped it far side. And it's 3-2. Smith Falls. Zone. Oh, we just missed that. Cole Peck did. That's back. Spencer cobbled in. Cobbled over. Shot, a great save by Polidori. The pad stacker. And keeps this team within one. Mahoney. Off the boards and out to center. They need a line change. Pass up. He's behind. He's on a breakaway. Score! Tilbury fell asleep for 1 second because they had two men back. And Smith Falls had time to move it out of the zone. They knew exactly where they were going. And that time, they caught him napping. Theo Todd into the slot area there, back to the point. Slack. In the way of that was Carter Peck. Go back to the point. Slack. Back over. Leeson in over to Theo Todd. And they score! A nice little play. And it results in another power play goal. Running back is Spencer Cobble. That over to Devin Cobble. They're inside the zone. And he pushes him away, but Devin throwing it back to Spencer. Into the slot area for Slack. Score! The Falls up by 4. A nice play in front of that net. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. We will be back at it tomorrow on the air at 10:20. We hope you enjoyed it, folks. From James Bowl and myself and all of NPHL Central, we thank you for tuning in. We love bringing it to you, and we hope you love it as much as we do. Bye for now. One period down, 40 minutes to go. The first period shot totals favored the Smith Falls Rideaus 17-9. Your goal scoring summary: Kyle Heffernan, assisted by Cameron Seals, Ben Thompson, and Brendan Anderson, scoring to make it 2-0 Orangeville. Kyle Dowdall from Justin Salter made it 2-1. And then Eric Witzel from Graham Brown and Nathan Slack tied it up at 2 to end the first period. What a game it's been. We're only 20 minutes into this one. Lively crowd. And they are ready to blow the roof off this place if the Rideaus can strike early. Hope you're enjoying it, folks. It's going to be a great second and an even better third. Gilmore versus Witzel. One, and Costello inside his own zone, sending that out through center, and that's drilled on goal, and Manta will steer it up into the mesh. Everybody comes back to find their seat. Click off, only 12 seconds in this second frame. Scrum draw 1. The ice has not fully dried yet. Costello keeps the blue line. That shot towards the net, deflected wide of the goal. It's to the blue line, but the Rideaus will keep it in. Searles can't control that bouncing puck. Gilmore, the pass over. Searles sends it over, just out in front of him, and he'll get there right by that Zamboni door. He's hit into the wall by Graham Brown. Costello sends that out through center. It's a leg, and Dunlop send that over to his D partner Quayle. Back to Dunlop, looking up ice to find an open Blitz player. Dunlop streaking in coast to coast right now, and it hits the wet spot in the ice and stops the puck, and he miscues on that. Jack Nevins back the other way, trying to get it by Searles, and he can't do it, and he didn't play the puck either. Into the slot, the shot is blocked. Hobble will shoot it through and just missed the far post. Craig behind the net to Nevins. Nevins looking to the point. He'll backhand it across seam. Shot towards the net, and it's blocked. Dunlop, headman to Gilmore. The pass over. Shot by Anderson. Deflects off the stick, off the back glass, and sat on the net for a moment. The Rideaus will move it out to center. Nevins receives the pass, trying to throw it towards the net. And Heffernan will get out of the zone with it quickly. Getting across the blue line and put it on net, and Dallas Slack will stop that one and hold on for the faceoff. Behind the net is Townend. Flipping that through center. He'll backhand it into the zone. Mantle off the boards to the blue line. Craig can't keep it in. Heffernan fakes the slap shot and turns, sends it rink wide. Settles the bouncing puck down. Can't get the shot off. Backhanded all the way back into the Orangeville zone. And it'll be an icing. Face off to the right of Dallas Slack. Craig in the corner, trying to come out with it. They get to the blue line and knocked down by Montgomery. Townend throwing it around the wall. Dowdall pick it up on the half boards. Send it back to Townend. Craig picks up his twig. A nice play there by Townend to avoid the hit. The blue line sent through. The redirect stopped by Slack, and Montgomery digs in to try and get to that loose puck. Smith at the draw. Got Montgomery sitting in front of the net. Dunlop at the point. Shot through, just misses the far side. This the blue line kept in. Sent down low. And after that, Smith tried to send that to Pekka. Chops that in behind the net. Smith trying to get to his man. That's a rink-wide pass. Right out in front of the net, and Armitage stopping up in front of that Zamboni door. Sending it, and that is picked off. Coming inside the zone on the backhand. Oh, it hit the shoulder of Dallas Slack, went right up in the air and stayed out. Long ice pass. And that was deflected, negating the icing. Bodies along the wall, trying to find that loose puck. Chipped into the corner. Tate Leeson will throw it back to Graham Brown. Brown will let a slap shot go. And a good save by Mantle. Tate Leeson against Montgomery in the corner. Montgomery pushed off the puck by Todd. Back to the blue line to Brown. He'll send it, directing it towards the net. And a lot of bodies in front of the net to make it difficult for Mantle. Into the slot, backhanded wide. Looking again. Nevins couldn't come up with it. And 3 Orangeville Blitz race to center ice. A pass over. Nice move by Rooney, and he put it wide. To the half wall, and Nevins was drilled there by Maridola. Flip back to the line, and Graham Brown head up the whole way as Rooney went after him. Brown shakes off the forecheck there by Maridola. And Rooney gets it to center ice, but that's as far as he will get as Slack sends it over to Costello. Costello to Witzel. Back over. He's in. Nathan Slack shoots, and a good deflection there by Quayle to thwart that opportunity. Back to Costello. Costello getting in deep, and he'll contain the puck, directed in front of the net, deflected. Witzel to Costello, into the slot, redirected, but blocked and sent into the corner. Stopping up and sending it into the slot. Boy, oh boy, Quayle stopped that and it went right to the tape of Nathan Slack. Dag chipped along the boards. Anderson trying to move that out. And Orangeville will send it to center. And it's going to go down. No icing has touched one of the players near the bench. Across the blue line, 4 of them. Drop pass right into the letters of Ryan Mantle. Great action here. This pressure-packed game. To the right of Mantle, Boisclair is lining up against Gilmore. And that's one. Shoveling it around the walls. Searles was just outside the blue line there. Had to come back to get it, and it's dumped back inside the Blitz zone. Off the boards, the blue line and out. Gilmore stopping up, sift past Anderson. The backhander through the slot, and that goes wide. Sends it through center. Nevins gets to the blue line. Knocked off his stick. Stays in at the blue line. And Orangeville will control. Nice pass to Dunlop. It rolled on his stick. Gilmore throws it into the... Oh, my. Devin cobbled. Poke check. Nevin shoots it wide. The rebound came right out to Mantle. And he will gobble it up and hold on for the face-off. Into the corner. Digging along the boards here. And sent out to the near side. It's picked off, and the Rideaus will go to work sliding it right to Mantle. He's steered aside, and back come the Orangeville Blitz. Just staying on side was Saloff. He throws it back around the net, and it goes all the way to the point. Shoots it. That's blocked. Goes up and into the Orangeville bench. Oliveira. .12:40 to go here in the second period. Face off to the right of Dallas Slack. It's one back. Bouncing puck sent into the corner. Throwing it on the wall. Tate Leeson sends it back into the Rideaus zone. Graham Brown stops up. waiting for his guys to get set up. Back over to Brown. Theo Todd just behind him, and Nevins will throw it around the boards and behind the net to Mantle. Left there to Oliveira. Heffernan gets that by his man. Sent over. Quayle through the mid-ice area, and they're off. Salov, he's been electric this entire tournament, drops to Heffernan. Heffernan goes around him, looking into the slot. Heffernan turns and fires it on goal, and that was played easily by Dallas Slack and held on for the face-off. Scrum draw. Tried to knock it down. It goes to the point. That shot through and deflected away by Dallas Slack. Smith throws it behind the net. Pekka hit along the wall. Sends it back behind the net, looking out in front of the net on a behind the back pass. That will go all the way down, and it will not be an icing. Mantle comes out to play it. Throwing it over to Dunlop. Dunlop goes back and behind the net, but he had no option, so he will just skate it. Throw it up to Smith. Smith throws it low. Montgomery lets that go, and the battle ensues on Pekka. Behind the net now. Pekka will receive that. Over. Stopped by Dallas Slack. What a nice save there by the Smith Falls netminder. Coming out to challenge that one and keep it at 2-2. Gilmore against Witzel. That's one. Craig throws it around the wall. Nathan Slack there will throw it back to Townend. Back around to Witzel. On the half boards. After him was Searles. And Aaron Puck will go all the way back, and Anderson will pick it up and throw it around the boards. Picked up by Slack, sending it into the slot area. Searles off the glass. And they'll have to regroup once again. Quayle in behind the net to Anderson. Sends it over. Marandola. Jag, Marandola, Slack all along the wall. Sent back to the point. That's sent through, and if there was any rebound, that would have been a little tuck in for Nathan Slack. Approaching the halfway point of this game. 10-14 to go here in the second period. It around the boards. Searles there to meet it. Headman to Gilmore. Ripped it on goal. That was a lightning save by Dallas Slack. Witzel. The blue line. Backhand pass. In. Shot. He scores! What a shot by Dag. And they've taken the lead on 3 unanswered goals. Beauty shot. And just over the halfway point, the Rideaus have taken the lead. Face off 1 to Orangeville. Goes that into Heffernan. The blitz across the line. Heffernan, the drop pass, ripped a shot, he put it off the glass. Tate Leeson will send it up to Nevins. Cross pass there, and the Rideaus looking for more. Leeson at the half wall, he's hit. And now they'll get out to the blue line and through center. Trying to knock it off his stick, and he will. Theo Todd picking it up, the drop pass. Nevins backhands it over. Sloan shoots, and it's blocked. The rebound up over the net. Todd will knock it down and send it around to the point. Armitage shoots it. That's blocked. Shot by Nevins. That's blocked. The Blitz blocking everything and diving in front of pucks. But Rooney can't get it out. Pekka can't get it out. He needs a new stick. Can he get that one out? No. Sending it over to the near boards here. Graham Brown will pick it up. Looking to fire this through a screen, and another block by the Blitz. They've got to get off the ice. Incredible shift there by Pekka. Showing heart and soul. Blocking a few pucks even though he was hurt. Jaden Pekka. 8. Oh, that was a lot of block shots in a row. Out in front of the Rideaus bench. Well, off the boards. That hit in the wrong spot as it went right to Reed Russet. Blue line, that is an offside. Just outside the zone. Back to Orangeville. That will not go for an icing. Dallas Slack will come out to play it. Costello over. Sent by Russet to Brown. Picked off. Smith now. The backhand pass did not work out. Costello behind the net with a nice hit there. Sending that up to Slack. Can't pick that up either. Nice play over by Saloff. The slot picked off, shot, and a nice save by Dallas Slack. Slack's helmet comes off. The net, Craig to Dag. Dag backhands that to the neutral zone. Stumped back into Smith Falls area. Oh boy, Searles is all tied up there for a moment. Bodying that puck around to the wall, and Anderson sent towards the net wide, and Searles can't get there in time. Craig with it. He'll skate that out through center with good speed. Coming in, looking into the slot. He'll get it there, but he's all tied up in knots. Anderson loses that at center. Bodied there by Gilmore. Slack sends it in deep. Mantle out to play it. Leaves it for Anderson. To Dunlop. Anderson. Bodies this man along the wall. Sent to Armitage at the point. It's kept in. Chops at it. Goes up in the air right in the mid-ice area. Spencer Cobbled can't pick it up. Cobbled throws it towards the net. Mantle will steer it aside. 55 to go here in the second period. Gilmore rubs out Devin Cobbled. Anderson can't move it fast enough there. Aarondola was the recipient of a huge hit. Devin Cobbled sends it over to Sloan. Sloan, long ice pass to Boisclair. And now the Orangeville Blitz will move it up ice. Sending it in deep. Dion James just missed a massive hit there as well. Montgomery sends it over. Broken play. Spencer Cobble. Over to Tate Leeson. Across the blue line. Tate Leeson shoots it just wide. Spencer Cobbled. Leeson to Theo Todd. Slides it back over to Spencer Cobbled just out of his reach. Puck goes in behind the net. Perry couldn't move it fast enough to get it to the point, and Mantle will take a shot right in the chest. Will hold on for the faceoff. A little bit of jawing after the whistle. Scrum draw, one for Orangeville. Knocked down, and they walk in. Shot, and a great save by Mantle. The rebound! He shoots and scores! 4-2, Smith Falls on a rebound, and he finds the back of the net. 4 unanswered now for the Smith Falls Rideaus. .28 remaining here in the second period. Brown to Costello as they look for more. Salter rings that, boy oh boy, right up into the Smith Falls bench. .17 to go here in the second period. Dowdall gets kicked out of the face-off circle. Russett and Heffernan battle along the draw. Anderson will send it over to Pekka. Touch pass to Heffernan. He might have ground. Shot, a stop by Slack, and he'll grab that for a whistle.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are taking for the shootout, here's the winning number. The green ticket, 52934-396. This is for the shootout, 52934-396.
4:02 remaining here in the second period. Heffernan versus Witzel. Heffernan trying to win it back, and he will. Shot through a screen, and that's stopped by Slack. Shots on goal in this period, favoring the Smith Falls Rideaus 16-12. They've also scored the only 2 goals by Kyle Dagg, Aaron Witzel, and Dal Slack with the assists, and Theo Todd unassisted to get us to that 4-2 score, turning in front of the net and shot it wide. Picking that off, tripped up, and a penalty coming to the Orangeville Blitz. No idea why they blew that dead, because it's a penalty to Orangeville. Or it's power play to Orangeville. It's a penalty to Smith Falls. He's off to the right of Dallas Slack. One back. Sent over to Anderson. Dunlop. He'll lose that puck. Devin Cobbold will pick it up and get to the blue line. Shooting it wide of the net. Coming back around to Gilmore. Gilmore, as Cyril's just left the zone in the Smith Falls end of the ice. Dunlop to the blue line. Over, walking in is Heffernan. The pass over. Into the slot. That will be ripped off the wall and all the way down into the Orangeville zone. Heffernan in behind the net. And skating out with a couple of his brethren. Coming in on the far side here as another stick has exploded. Cyril's, that pass is picked off. Back inside the zone, Devin Cobbled in. Looking for a shot, and a great save by Mantle. Nonchalant hockey there. Orangeville's got to be careful. Salov, the drop pass, shot towards the net, and that's kicked out. Off the boards and out to the neutral zone. Knocked down, they're in onside. Salov throws it back. Anderson, nice save by Slack. And the Rideaus will dump it again down the ice. 24 seconds remaining in the power play. Quayle, headman pass. They're in across the line. The shot towards Anderson, out of his reach. To the point now. Smith over. Toe drag shot. Right into the legs. Looking for an opportunity here to get one through. The drop pass to Quayle. Looks in front. He shot it just wide of the net. Thompson throwing that wide of the net. Quayle. And there's only a couple of guys on the ice there for Orangeville to attack. The Rideaus will send that all the way down to Tate Leeson. He's in on a breakaway. Tate Leeson stopped by Marandola, or by Mantle. Coming back the other way is Pekka. Gets into the middle of the ice, a chance. That's put wide. And the Rideaus will snuff that opportunity out. It's off the boards, back to Montgomery. Montgomery is hit by Nevins, but he keeps going. Throws it on Slack. He'll stop that. Gets to the blue line, and it's out. Turning back quickly. They've got to move to Oliveira. It's over off the boards, and again, Leeson on the left side. Drop pass. Nevins shoots, and he just put it wide as it got deflected off a stick. Oliveira off the boards. One last rush. 35 seconds. In his feet. So he's looking up ice instead of back where the puck was. Hit along the wall on Montgomery. 20 seconds left. Dowdall, he's stripped of the puck. Cyril's gets the blue line. Comes in and waits until somebody's behind him, and he's stripped of the puck. The point, it's over to Dunlop. Dunlop looking up, shot through, and that's wide. Back to the point, shot blocked, and that is going to end the second period. Good effort, but it's a 4-2 lead for the Smith Falls Rideaus, and they have scored 4 unanswered. You're watching the Northern Premier Hockey League Outlaw Tournament live on NPHL Central, streaming on Sporfy. We'll be back right after this. ripped a shot on goal. Mantle makes a nice save right off the bat. Sent down the ice and breakaway, and what a lightning fast save by Matt Jenkins to open this game. Can you believe that one? Across the line and in, another chance, scores! Ripped a shot through the wickets, and Kyle Heffernan finds, no, that's not Heffernan, that was Nikolai Salov. And the Orangeville Blitz on the attack already. High stick did not make contact. A good body along Paul Bird. Chance now trying to direct it towards the net in front. What a great save by Jenkins, and a beautiful defensive play in front of the net by Paul Bird. I think he might have saved a goal right there and keeps this game at 1-0. 3-on-1. The pass fake. What a great save again by Matt Jenkins. 3-10 Bellers to open this game and give the North Dundas Rockets a moment to catch their breath. Kevin Lau ripped it up over the net. Bouncing puck in front of the net. Comes back to the point, and the net comes off the pegs. And Jenkins has been stellar to open this one. They do a great job when they do. The defense love it because adds that was close to too many men on the ice. Rajenovic on the left side trying, rebound, scores! The Rockets race back and tie this game at 1. And it's Ben Blasco coming up with the goal. Sent the slot, but it goes to the blue line and out. And on his horse is the captain, Derek Froats, with it. Looking to the slot, but he goes high slot, score! Palmer, and it's 2-1, just like that. Now you can change it, James. The score clock is right. Well, the Blitz come out firing, but the Rockets are sniping now. 2 quick goals will find an open man, which he does in Quayle at the blue line. Quayle finding an open seam, the shot, and Jenkins kicks out the left pad on a redirect in front of the net. Skate through center. Drop pass Randall. That shot is stopped by Jenkins as well, trying to go top shelf. And Jenkins throws the shoulder up to the corner. Trying to go back to the blue line and get it set up. The Rockets won't give them any breathing room. Randall walks in. Jenkins again. Can you believe it? And somehow finds that one. Matt Jenkins is on a mission. Back to the half wall again. The Blitz looking for an opportunity. That shot hit a man in front. It's a loose puck. Chance! Scored! The captain pops it home. And they're tied at 2. What a play in front. A scramble job. And Randall lifts this team with 1 second remaining on the power play. They are all tied at 2. Sends that over, and with speed is in. Salov, the shot, score! Jenkins didn't see it. The screen in front, and a perfectly placed shot. The Orangeville Blitz lead it 4-3. Out through center ice, he's picked off. They're back down the other way. The Blitz will stop up, the drop pass, snap shot, and he scores! Fires it far side this time, and it's 4-3 for the Orangeville Blitz. They try and move this one, they do. It's in, back and forth, chance, and a stop by Jenkins. Crossover, shot, score! The Blitz bring a 3-goal lead. Just over the halfway point of the second period. A nice back and forth tic-tac play. The toe came a little later, but it was enough. But the Blitz, they are going. Shoots and scores! Boy, oh boy. The Blitz are really going now. Camera folks, my fault. Throwing it towards the chance, scored just in the nick of time. Woo, that was close. Holy Dinah indeed. across the line and in the pass over. Blasco scored! It's 6-4! Oh my word! Just like that, 51 seconds into the period, and it is a 2-goal lead now for the Orangeville Blitz. We are back. Domingue, the pass over to Blasco. The back pass, what a save by Mantle. Almost 3 goals in 1 minute. Off the boards to the blue line and kept in. Looking in front, there's wide open, scored! Wide open in front of the net. Sweeney was not happy with himself as he was leaving the zone. And no way Jenkins was getting to that one. Get back to Sweeney, he'll look into the mid-ice area. Too hot to handle. Chance in front of the net, and Mantle kicks the pad out to make a beauty save. Point shot stopped by Mantle. To the right. The Blitz netminder, and that shot fanned on, and that is a breakaway. Kyle Heffernan scores! The Blitz have doubled their lead. They're up by 4. 8 goals to 4. For the Orangeville Blitz. Can you believe it? Straddles the line, sends it over to Smith. He stops up. Crossed into the slot area here as they get close to the net, but turned back. Now there's 2 of them down low, and he scores! The Blitz are just out of control. 9-4. And the power play comes to an end on that snap shot. The first 2 periods were great. The Rideaus lead it by 2. But remember the last time these two teams faced each other, they were down 6-2. And they outshot the Smith Falls Rideaus 24-4. I'll tell you right now, this ice is still soaking wet. And makes it difficult to move the puck. But these guys are talented hockey players and they will make do. Second period summary saw the Rideaus outshoot Orangeville 18-7. Goals scored by Kyle Dagg, assisted by Eric Witzel and Dallas Slack, and Theo Todd netting the last goal of the period. Eric Witzel, the only guy with 2 points at both sides, actually, with a goal and an assist. Theo Todd, Kyle Dowdall, and Dagg with goals. On the other side is Brendan Anderson and Kyle Heffernan. What a game we have been shown this evening. The winner moves on to face Alvinston tomorrow, 20 minutes from now. And if all signs point to the way this tournament went, this is it. No overtime. Pass over, knocked down. The shot, and a great save by Dallas Slack as he was well out past the goal crease to cut down the angle on that one. Gilmore chops that in behind the net. Chipped around the wall to the point. Witzel to Slack, and that's away. Gilmore on the left side. Gilmore through that. Where is it? Backhander up over the net. Trying to send it out in front. And it will be Costello, the captain, who will move this puck to the blue line untouched until he got to the red line, and Gilmore chopped at that one. Sends it all the way down. Craig will get there ahead of Anderson as he just tried to redirect it into the zone. Craig to Tate Leeson. Leeson across the blue line, drops it to Todd, into the slot, shot! And Mantle makes a nice save on that one. Get some applause even from James. 18:57, a minute and 3 seconds off the clock. Heffernan wins this one, and it's chopped around the boards by D'Oliveira, and it bounces to Theo Todd. Down low, trying to get a handle on that one was Jack Nevins. Headman pass to Thompson into the slot area, and Salov can't get to it in time. Diving effort and knocked that away. What a great play that was. But Smith Falls will regroup inside their own end of the ice, looking for a sauce pass just out of the intended receiver. Quayle chips it away. Thompson turning back into his own end of the ice. Salov in a foot race with Craig. They come to body there in the corner, but easily won by the Rideaus. Trying to send it off the boards. That'll go up into the mesh and out of play. Just a reminder, folks, tomorrow's game at 3 o'clock. Draw to the right of Dallas Slack. Orangeville needs a push here in the third period. Smith Falls wants to shut it down. And that man right there, Dallas Slack, can do just that. Playoff record for Slack last season was really good. And his tournament record was incredible as well. 3-0, 3 goals against average. He's 1 away from his limit. The .924 save percentage. He's played all 3 games for Smith Falls. He is a workhorse and he loves the cage. Doesn't want nor need a rest. Smith Falls would like him to never take a rest. Looking to send it in deep. He just goes right by Anderson. Walks in, and a nice save by Mantle. Dunlop sends it behind the net. Perry gives it right back to him. And the Blitz are at center ice here. Anderson will come back to support. Mantle kind of directing traffic, like, get back here, boys. Dunlop sends it in behind the net. Anderson threw it off the back of the net. And that one hit the back of the net as well. Flipped it out through center. Searles turning away from the forecheck of Nathan Slack. Searles now across the line, looking in front of the net. He's knocked off the puck, and the Rideaus now try to move it ahead. Anderson throws it over. Shot by Gilmore. The rebound is there. Anderson, the backhander, and Dallas Slack stops that too. Even sitting on the seat of his pants, he can come up with a big save for his Rideaus. Pass over, looking through the mid-ice. He hits Searles now. Turning into the front of the net. Point shot. Deflected wide of the net. Pekka trying to get there first. He will get there, but not in time before the Rideaus will skate out to center. And off the boards, Mantle there to pick it up off the boards. And hold on for the whistle. One of the guys not in the lineup for the Smith Falls Rideaus is Andrew Sprague. Maybe he'll be here tomorrow if the Rideaus can finish off this game and make it to the finals. Back at the draw. And he wins it off Boisclair. Off the glass. That is too hot to handle by Montgomery. And that is in offside. They'll send it all the way down. Now, it's like the Orangeville Blitz go out and look for guys who have great hockey names. Matthew Dunlop, Alex Gilmore, Jason Smith. A lot of former NHL names. Then you got the Heffernans and all that type of stuff. You got to love some of these guys. That's ripped from the point from Dunlop and stopped and steered into the corner. Chance here for the Rideaus is taken away, and also Pekka to Dunlop. The shot, the rebound, and a good play there to knock that away from the outstretched arm. Orangeville onlooker. Montgomery off the board. Throws it in deep. No ice as it hit Graham Brown's foot. Costello in behind the net. Waiting for his Rideau brethren to get set up. Off the boards to center. Holding on to this one. Waiting for his guys. Perry. Slack behind the net. Gave it to Costello. Will flip that pass over. Leeson speeding in on the left side. The drop pass. Russet. That shot is blocked. And the Blitz will speed out and gain the zone. Salov shot wide. Rebound shot wide. Around to Tate Leeson. Left there for Theo Todd. Todd will get to the blue line and just dump that in. And Oliveira sends it rink wide. Heffernan passed up to Salov. Dropped and knocked off stride. And the loose puck goes back to the blue line and sent into the far corner. Throwing it on goal, and Dallas Slack had the entire corner locked down. Leeson loses the handle. Oliveira backhands that. That's going to go all the way down. No icing. Sloan, a long stretch pass. Made sure it was not an icing as he kicked that with his foot. And they will get a line change. Long ice pass, and that's kicked. It's literally the exact same thing from one end to the other. Pass kick picked off Anderson's shot, and that was stopped by Slack. Boy, he makes it look easy sometimes. And that one actually caught him maybe a little higher than the chest protector. And the referee will give him a little bit of time as Slack take a sip of water and regroup after that one. more at the draw. Scrum face-off is won to Brown behind the net. Sends it around. Slack. Gave it to Brown. Dag. Back to Brown. He's in. The shot. And that is steered aside by Mantle. Dag sends it back down low. Perry after this one. Gets in behind and around. Slack. That pass over. Connects. Thrown in around to the far side. Perry knocked down, and they're away on a 3-on-1. Dag in on the right side. Dag pass over. Score! Captain Costello as the Blitz hit high. And a 3-on-1 took place. And the Smith Falls Rideaus don't miss those very often. Thank you. 13-16 remaining. Face off at center ice, and Boisclair digs in on that one. But the Blitz will gather the puck. Getting the puck across the blue line with good speed, and it rolls off the end of his stick. Gets it back again. That shot goes up and into the mesh. They're up by 3. They got to hold it for 13 minutes minus 1 penny. Face off, one back to the point. Shot through, and that's stopped by Slack. Arandola. Can't come up with that draw. Townend. Down the boards. Spencer cobbled. He's hit. And they're across the blue line. Devin cobbled. Sends it towards the net. Mantle will make the save. Arandola trying to move that past Devin cobbled. It will not work. Sends it into the corner. Devin looking to the point. He'll backhand it, but going in was Townend. Throws it in behind the net. Boisclair bodies his man. Cobbled sends it around behind the net. We'll try and backhand it out to the point. Spencer Cobbled. Drop pass. Townend. That's over to Craig. He'll walk in and send a shot on goal. And he will hold on for the whistle. Penalty coming for slashing, and I think it's to the Blitz. Crowd likes that one. 12-11 remaining. They kill it. They got 10 minutes remaining to come back in this one. The push has not been the same as it was in their first meeting. Orangeville, from the drop of the puck, really was going in the last time these two teams locked horns. This period, they've outshot them 10-5, but Smith Falls is the only one who's found the back of the net in the last 5 goals. Tate Leeson, point chance. Costello walks in, passed over. The shot kicked away by Mantle. And that will be sent up and into the crowd. Doesn't happen too often. Well, that will be brought down by that youngster. Can you get that, James? There's a souvenir for that young fan. I was wondering if when Sylvie and Kira were here that would happen and I'd have to dive down and make a miraculous catch or something, but it did not happen. Oh, another penalty to Orangeville. It's a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 40 seconds. Graham Brown now. They could put it away on this power play opportunity. Graham Brown to Tate Leeson. Sending it back to Brown. He'll shoot it, but it goes up and out of play. Well, again, folks, join us tomorrow for 3 p.m. We will be on the air at 2:15, 2:10. Be here early tomorrow to get the finals off and running. An epic 9-day tournament. 15 games will come to an end around 6 o'clock tomorrow after it's all said and done. Graham Brown sends it towards the net, and Mantle will shut the door and make the save. We hope that you've enjoyed it, folks. We've had a great response and a lot of messages after the games, during. We greatly appreciate it. That's passed up. And Orangeville will get to the blue line. Searles trying to get in behind Costello. Searles tumbles into the wall, and it's going to be a very long 2-on-1. It's Leeson with Nevins. Leeson looks to Nevins. It'll get there, and again a chance, and somehow Mantle clears that all the way down to Dallas Slack. 49 seconds left. Leeson. Searles will pick it up and send it in front of his own net. Gilmore, he might have a chance here. No, I did not see Costello on the near side. Sends it back. The Blitz are on it. Gets to the neutral zone. They are going to have to press here too, even though they're down 5-on-3, and this is what it results in though. Into the slot, stopped by Mantle. Trying to get around him was Thompson, but that won't work. The shot, and Mantle again with a beautiful save. Running around the ball, hit, I think, the referee. That had to sting. Goes back to the defenseman Townend. Throwing it towards the net. That's blocked. Turning was Leeson. Sending it over! And Wetzel buries that one. They're up by 4. Half a period to go. What a backdoor pass. Eyes in the back of your head. And Tate Leeson is not just a goal scorer. He can lay the tape like the best of them. What a pass. And Eric Witzel with his second goal of the game. Leeson, surprisingly, with his, shows just his first point. We'll see if he got an assist on the other one. No, it's his first point of the game, and it was a beautiful pass. And that will bring them to a 6-2 lead. Now, James, this time they only have a half a period to come back. The first time these two teams played was 6-2 starting the third period. They're able to score 3 goals in a very short period of time. But this is going to be a tough one. And the Rideaus are rolling right now. Shots on goal are 10-8. But they've scored 2. And that one was a beauty. Witzel from Jack Nevins and Tate Leeson. Mantle had no chance on that one. Draw at center ice. It's got to be a 10-minute push for Orangeville or their tournament is over. The Rideaus just need to defend across the line. Searles, that pass is dead on arrival. Searles turns back. That's almost turned over. And Orangeville having a hard time getting started. Searles in now. Searles shoots it. It's deflected up into the mesh. How is the pizza? Yep. Domino's makes a good pie. They're usually closed when we get out of here, though. The young lads and ladies getting a cheer going here for their beloved Rideaus. Face off one to Sloan. Trying to get by him, Pekka, and he is tripped up by Sloan, and that's going to be a 2-minute minor and a power play for the Orangeville Blitz. Well, Smith Falls bringing a great crowd here to the Smith Falls Memorial Community Center tonight to cheer them on, and it has helped in leaps and bounds. Feed off the energy of this arena, and they most certainly have. Witzel at the draw versus Gilmore. Witzel will fall on that puck. It'll come loose, and he throws it to the point. And it goes all the way back into the Orangeville zone. Pass over to Dunlop. Dunlop with a beauty pass to Heffernan, and they're in. Heffernan trying to go to the net, and a great play by Craig. Chipped off his stick to the point, sends it over. Dunlop. That pass is back over, right onto the tape of Thompson. Over now, a chance, and Dallas Slack dives over. And I don't know if he made the save or he just knocked it. If the net came off and it hit the outside of the net at the same time, I'm not rightly sure, but either way, it stays out. And it's a minute and 25 remaining in the power play. Gilmore and Witzel battling at the draw. And a check there that is going to spark something. Anderson can't get around him, but it's into the slot area there. Shot through a screen, and that's knifed all the way down to Mantle. The Blitz will pick it up. Dunlop now drops that off. Heffernan across the blue line and in. Tried to drive to the net. Heffernan and Costello are going to drop him. Costello is down. Heffernan is on top. Crowd not too happy with that, as Dallas Slack got run over, and I think he hit his head off the post as well, and I've had that happen to me many, many times. It does not feel good. Great tournament. Kyle Heffernan, 4 goals and 3 assists. He actually, I think, 5 goals actually, and 5 goals and 3 assists for the tournament. But it will come to an end right here, as not rightly sure what the penalty is, but he run the goalie over. That's a penalty in itself. I'm not for that. As a goalie, not for that type of stuff. 6 unanswered goals by the Smith Falls Rideaus. Orangeville up in shots, 13-9. Dallas Slack has turned aside 37 of 39 shots in this one. He has been absolutely spectacular as always. And yeah, I really was pushing for him for the All-Star game in the first one and in this one as well. He's just a special goalie. I mean, this season 11-0, a 243 goals against average, and a 926 save percentage with a shutout. He also had a couple of assists. And in years prior, his goals against and his save percentage got a little bloated just from a game, really, or two that got out of hand. But if you ask him, he's not really there for the win, for the numbers. He's there for the wins and losses. He's 41-12-1 over his career. 41-12-1. In the playoffs, his numbers are really very good, but his win-loss totals in the regular season are incredible. And this year was his best season in the NPHL in the regular season. That face-off goes back to the point. It's sent low. Witzel trying to move it out in front. And Mantle will find an opportunity to gobble that up and stop play. Witzel, Town End. Devin Cobbled with Graham Brown at the point. Oh, jeez. Good Lord. One into the corner. Dunlop there, and he's drilled into the wall. Gilmore skating in. Settles that puck down. It's sent over. Searles is in, and he shot it wide of the net. I mean, to be honest, they have missed the net about 64 times in just this period alone. They've had some good chances. Gilmore sends it back to Searles. Searles to Dunlop. And that's over to Gilmore. Ooh, backdoor pass for Anderson, but he sent it wide. They're on a power play for 1:10, and Tate Leeson's got it to Devin Cobbled, and that's stopped by Mantle. Back up through the mid-ice area, and Theo Todd will pick it up inside the Smith Falls zone. Racing out is Craig. Over to Leeson. Ripped a pass. And Jack Nevin's shot is blocked. Theo Todd over. And Tate Leeson will pick it up. Sauce pass over to Craig. Back down into the corner. Looking, finding Leeson. Tried to throw it over to Nevins. Too hot to handle. Tate Leeson now picks it up. He'll look to go back to the point here. It's wide open, but he'll just deke himself into the corner. Get shoved against the wall. And they'll get out through center now. The pass ahead to Anderson. Anderson throws it towards the net. Oh boy. Dallas Slack had to be careful with that one. He threw the pad down, and they're on a break. 2-on-1. Leeson, nice move, but knocked off his stick into the front of the net. Good strong play there by Jack Nevins. The power play is over. Jack Nevins in behind the net. He's bumped off the puck there by Rooney. Goes back to the point. Looking to set it up here. Look for lucky 7. Craig down into the slot. High slot to Tate Leeson. What a move. He couldn't complete it. Salah races out through center. Drop pass. Rooney throws it in front, and he scores. Searles on the doorstep, and it's 6-3 for the Rideaus. But they have life. Can they find 3 in them to end this game and send it to overtime? talking it over on the bench. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but whatever it is, they've come to an agreement on it, and it'll be a draw one for the Orangeville Blitz. Turning on him, trying to move it ahead was Quayle. That's through the mid-ice area, knocked down, and Reed Russett will get it inside the zone. Oliveira shakes off 2-4 checkers, and they're racing in on the right side now. That shot stopped by Slack. 5, Rideaus back. Boy, oh boy, that was close. Off the top of the glass, all the way down, with 5 minutes remaining in the third period. It's crazy. To the right, James and I will have a lot to talk about on the way home. Our second to last day here. We've enjoyed every moment of it. Searles from the point, deflected wide of the net. Salter will pick it up and drill that. Dowdall will deflect it down, and it will be an icing. To the right of Dallas Slack, and the Orangeville Blitz put on an epic comeback. They've done it a couple of times where they came back against Smith Falls and made it close. And against the Manotick Mariners, down by 6, scored 8 of the last 9 goals to win it. 8-7. Chipped off the board. Salter is stood up at the line by Pekka. Trying to chip it down low. It goes to the blue line. Nope, they can't keep it in. Rink wide pass to nobody on that side, but he didn't want to lose the puck. Sloan gets to the blue line, and a penalty coming. The Orangeville Blitz. Left of Mantle. Picked up, chip into the corner. They got to go for it all right here. That will hit him, and there it is. Anderson on a breakaway, and a great save by Dallas Slack. Slack's helmet actually might be broken, because that's the third time in this game it's come off. .4:16 to go, and a power play for the Rideaus here with 1:47 on that. And it draws one into the corner. Townend leaving it for Brown. Brown looking up ice, avoids the stick check by Gilmore. Brown across the blue line, throws it to Theo Todd. He'll get it to the slot. Nevins the shot, that's deflected away by Dunlop. Nobody seemed to want to go for it, and Leeson will pick it up again, and they're in, looking for a shot, and a great save by Mantle. .45, 46, 42 shots on goal in favor of Smith Falls. That means that Dallas Slack has stopped 39 shots in this one. Pretty wild job. Actually, both of them have, but it's a pretty incredible job by Dallas Slack in the cage for the Rideaus tonight. Sending it down low. Hit along the wall there against Witzel. Point chance now. Graham Brown over to Townend. They'll switch. Brown throwing it behind the goal line there. Slot chance in front. Mantle with 3. Great saves one right after another. Dallas Slack in behind his own net. He'll play it along the wall. Craig will pick that up. And he will speed out and across the Alvinston line. Behind the net. Trying to pinch him off. 3 minutes remaining in the period. Looking into the slot. It will get there, but it was a hot pass. Chips it over. Quayle across the line. Drop pass. Ripped it on net. Dallas Slack will stop that one. Devin Cobbled throwing it around the net. Dallas Slack directing traffic. Craig can't pick that off. Sloan in front of the net. Moves that to the half wall. Back to the point to Searles. Searles turns at the blue line. Searles now looking back to the point. Throwing it into the slot. Turning. Now they need a shot. And there it is, but it's stopped by Slack. In behind the net, looking high slot, hits the referee. Pekka tried to backhand in front. Gilmore can't control that, and Hilly does. Now they got a chance here with a screen in front. Shot it right at Sloan. Into the feet, Chance Quayle. Shot, stop, rebound. Was not there, and a stick swinging incident. May come to another penalty for the Orangeville Blitz. It's another broke stick. We should have been keeping track. 1:59 remaining in the third. It's been a 6-3 lead now for Smith Falls, and they look to hold on as the representative of this tournament to make it to the finals. Searles at the face-off. He will, they'll clean up the debris on the ice. These sticks, folks, I'm telling you, go back to a wooden stick, because this is nuts. Somehow they got to be able to make a wooden stick bend and get rid of this fiberglass stuff, because this is something. No way they can charge $300 for a wood stick. Shot from the point, tried to get the redirect. The goalie is pulled at the Orangeville end of the ice. Chipped along the wall. Anderson was not moving to come to that puck, and Smith Falls will put it on goal and score. The Smith Falls Rideaus are going to move on to the finals. And a great 7-3 performance, beating the Blitz. This time making sure of it. What a performance. And the Rideaus will play tomorrow at 3 o'clock against the Alvinston Killer Bees. A representative from each branch. It's one back, and now the Blitz will flip that into the zone and deep. Played along the boards. Chip Lowell. Smith Falls will pick it up. Drilled along the wall. And tag is down. Montgomery. He's hit on the half boards there. But a rough housing going on deep inside the zone. Smith Falls really should stay away from any of this stuff, because they do not want to take a suspension here. A little bit of stuff going on here, yep. Let's see, Rowdy Dow again. Witzel. Better of him. Sparks have ignited a powder keg. And with 58 8/10 remaining, This one may not be over just yet. (7-3) Smith Falls. See if we can get you a bit of an update. 19-16 shots on goal in favor of Orangeville. Scoring summary in this third period. Brought to you by Merrickville Cookies and Flero Hockey. Brett Costello from Kyle Dagg and Eric Witzel. Eric Witzel then a goal of his own on a beautiful pass from Tate Leeson. Jack Nevins getting in on the assist. Cameron Searles from Graham Rooney and Nikolai Salov, and then Nathan Slack on the empty net from Kyle Day. It's been a team effort, but Eric Witzel, 2 goals, 2 assists. He'll be getting that big box of cookies from Merrickville. A goal and 2 assists for Kyle Dagg, and Slack with a goal and 2 assists as well. And Dallas Slack stopping 42 of 45 shots directed his way. 44 of 50 by Ryan Mantle. As always, he's played spectacular as well. Face off one. Dowdall gets it in deep. Searles streaks out through center. Tries to pass it over and hobbled. Will flip that on Mantle. Mantle will make sure he plays it. Sent out to center ice as the clock winds down in this, the final semifinals game of the Outlaw tournament. Kicked in front. Orangeville, the shot. Slack, another save for good measure. Anderson. And this game will come to an end. 3 p.m. tomorrow, folks. Alvinston Killer Bees against the Smith Falls Rideaus. Tune in here. We will be on at 2:20 or 2:15. And that will end this one. Another great game in this great tournament. And it will be Smith Falls, after a hard-fought battle, will be getting the nod to the finals. Very proud fan base here at the Smith Falls Memorial Community Center. Very well-deserved win as well. Love that they shake hands after every game, not just in the finals. And as this one rolled along, heated up even more. Referees let them play as much as they could. And in the end, the Rideaus got the W. All right, let's send it down to ringside for the Merrickville Cookies player of the game. My bet is it's Eric Witzel. He actually had a goalie Hal hat trick. I think he had 2 goals, 2 assists, and a fight. Yep, 2 goals, 2 assists, and a fight. He was kicked out of the game, so he will not get the box. So that's 2 boxes that should be sitting in our locker there, James, after the game. Nathan Slack will pick it up, and this game will come to a close. Well, all good things must come to an end, and it's been a pleasure calling the Orangeville Blitz games for the first time. They did a great job showing off some great talent, but the Smith Falls Rideaus too strong on this night. And they will meet up against those Alvinston Killer Bees, and that is going to be an incredible game tomorrow. So make sure you, James, did I show you that? Sorry. Yeah, so tune in, folks. Glad to have you along for the ride. And we thank you for tuning in. From myself and James and everyone here at MPHL Central, which is just James and myself. We thank you for tuning in, and we hope you've enjoyed the Outlaw tournament. And we hope you'll tune in tomorrow as Alvinson takes on Smith Falls. So, from James and myself, we love bringing it to you, and we hope you love it as much as we do.